What is up, everybody? Oh, no intro. Damn it. Thought I had the
May as well
intro.
start now. May as well start now. Too late. Too late.
I know. Yeah. Maybe they want us to start right away because they missed you. So yes, welcome everybody to FioriousNation here on YouTube.com. This is episode 38 of Forbidden Podcast here on the channel, here on the podcast. Nick Fiore of FioriousNation, co-host 1, co-host 2, Adam Carl. He is finally back after a few weeks away. Had Eric of Over the Top Rope podcast last week. That was a great watch. Go check that out. Solo 2 weeks ago. Now we got finally this week we got Adam Carl back. Adam Carl, it's great to have you back. How you feeling, man?
Feeling good. I've just had a vacation. It was a fun one. And I've seen you and Eric. Obviously, he did a good job. I would definitely love, to have him on the podcast more. Yeah, but it feels good to be back here as well. Yeah, after a while, it feels good to be back.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, no intro, but I mean Adam Carl back though, but that's even better. But it is Friday, August the 21st of 2026. We're almost at 40 episodes. We got SmackDown tonight in Toronto, Canada, where CM Punk will defend the WWE Championship against Kevin Owens. That's gonna be interesting. Apparently, I'm reading stuff that Kevin Owens might, according to betting. Now, I did see this from Ringside News. Take them with a grain of salt. If I can find the article right here. Let me find it. Oh, shoot. Lost the article. Here we go. So, here we go. Find the article. And here it is. Now, this is according to betonline.ag. Again, take them with a grain of salt. They released betting odds for CM Punk's title defense tonight against Kevin Owens on Friday Night SmackDown in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And it says that Owens is currently listed as the favorite, while Owens is sitting at a negative 160, while champion CM Punk comes in as the underdog at a plus 120. Again, I take this with a grain of salt. Now, if Owens is winning the title tonight, I mean, again, take this with a grain of salt. I will believe it when I see it. When I seen this last night, bro, I don't know how you feel. Came of the take of I will believe it when I see it, honestly. If it happens, great. But I don't think it happens. I think we get some kind of fuck finish, or Kevin Owens may win, but he wins in a way that, let's just say, a best friend may cost him the championship, don't you think?
Yeah. He will cost him the championship. I think KO wins. I don't think they have him lose this quickly. He's had his first match back since his first singles match back.
Yes, first singles match
since Elimination Chamber. I don't think they have him lose. But at the same time, I can't see him taking the belt off of Punk this quickly.
That's. Well, I mean, Punk will have a lengthy reign. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's a bad idea to take the title off Punk during that long title reign.
I just think though because he just won the thing. I don't think they have him losing this week. I think KO wins, but he doesn't win the championship.
Yeah. I mean, if it happens, I mean, you get no complaints from me, but I think Owens wins, but by a disqualification. Sami Zayn cements a heel turn, and he attacks Kevin Owens, costs him the championship. And I think we get Sami involved in the Punk and Owens saga, and potential leading to a triple threat at either Sunday night's main event in Atlanta, Georgia, Labor Day weekend, or the latest in New Orleans in the middle of October at Money in the Bank. Thoughts?
I think this is the direction to go. I can see that being the case.
Yeah. But I'm liking what Owens and Punk are doing. Now, I did watch the promo last week where CM Punk called Kevin Owens fat. I mean, could have done without that, but honestly, bro, I saw nothing in the promo. I saw nothing wrong in the
Like,
promo.
who gives a shit? Like, who cares about what Punk said? Like, and besides, this isn't like the first time that Kevin Owens was called fat on television.
Yeah, I just
Okay, like this isn't like the first. This isn't like the first time. I'm sure KO can handle being called that. I mean, he's professional.
and I did like the back and forth last week where it pretty much, you know what it reminded me of, bro? When I watched CM Punk and Kevin Owens promo last week on SmackDown, which I thought was a very good show last week. Owens and Punk had their part 2 promo battle last week on SmackDown, on August 14th edition of SmackDown a week ago. Now I'm watching this, and I'm sure you can attest to this. Watching this promo reminded me of CM Punk's and Eddie Kingston's promo on the episode of Rampage in AEW, and it was before their match in November of 2021 at Full Gear, where Eddie Kingston told CM Punk that nobody wants you here, nobody's ever wanted you here, and everybody in the back in the locker room is afraid to tell you that, but I'm not. And he said to CM Punk that, you've always judged me. And then CM Punk called Eddie Kingston a bum. And Eddie Kingston's like, what a bum main event Full Gear. Then he tells CM Punk, fight me. And he calls CM Punk a coward. And then he told Punk that he would beat him up and then tell him to go quit again for another 7 years. And then Punk headbutted him in the face, and they really got into it. It was like a face-to-face, like, Punk was at one corner of the ring, Eddie Kingston on the other. It was really good, by the way. I remember it like it was yesterday. This was when CM Punk just came back to wrestling and had just started his run in AEW in 2021. That was some good stuff back then. And I watched the CM Punk Kevin Owens promo. It reminded me of that. And I'm not the only one who feels that way. Can't be.
It definitely felt like guys with like KO and Eddie Keeks, they bring that intensity and that passion on that microphone. And especially Kevin Owens, because he's such an incredible talent. He can basically make anything look good. It was very tense. It was heated. They brought up their history. It was incredible. It definitely feels like Punk versus Eddie Kingston. Except I think the difference in this is because I think they will make like a long feud between them. Because with Punk and Kingston, it was like one and done.
Yes.
And they were already planning to do Punk and MJF. I think with KO, I think this feud, it will definitely be longer than 2 weeks. And especially you have the Sami Zayn factor to it. You have the Sami Zayn factor.
Yeah.
He just lost the championship. He still hasn't gotten a rematch.
And if you watch the ending of SmackDown last week, it was supposed to be a main event match between Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn. The match never even happened because Orton attacked Cody before the bell he could even ring. And Sami now definitely has a case anyway, so you pay attention to that. How does Sami not interfere tonight?
Exactly.
That's another thing to pay attention to. But, yeah, I enjoyed their promo other than, but for the most part, it could have gone a little longer, but for the most part, I enjoyed the promo last week. And, we also had a Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton ending of SmackDown last week. I could have done without USA Network cutting the time right at 10 o'clock sharp. After Cody Rhodes had low-blowed Randy when Orton tried a chair shot to Cody with the steps on the announce table. Then Cody went to go attack Orton after a low blow. And then USA Network cuts the time right at 10. That pissed me off. I don't know how you feel about that, but I could have done without that.
It's terrible. Like we didn't even get to see if Cody even hit him with the chair or not.
Yeah.
Or we didn't even get to see, what he did after, I think because he was gonna hit it with the chair, he was separated by producers. And then he came back to attack Orton. Like, we don't know what he even did after that. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those days where actually it would have been better if there was actually an overrun.
Yeah, we got overruns on Dynamite. 20
pretty much every
minutes last week, this week 35. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah. It's actually, in this case with SmackDown, it would have made actual sense to have an overrun.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, and also makes me think that their USA Network contract comes up in a few years. Boy, can they not? Boy, they need to. Boy, they can't get out of that contract fast enough.
Yeah.
You know, it's absolutely ridiculous. Oh well, they got to go off the air at 10 o'clock for Braun Strowman's Everything on the Menu, or other shows that USA Network has, or Law and Order, or another new show they got on their channel platform.
Who the fuck watches Law and Order or Braun Strowman Everything on the Menu?
Well, they have new shows. I think. They have other shows like Chicago PD. Don't they have another new show called Anna Pigeon?
I don't know what that even means.
I've never heard of it. I've never watched it, nor do I care to watch it.
By the way, if with the Braun Strowman Everything on the Menu show, like if they want to make it, if they actually want people to tune in into it, why can't they just have Braun Strowman appear on SmackDown?
Exactly. Yeah, that would make a lot more sense, right?
Yeah, like have him appear on SmackDown, like not even in a wrestling capacity. Like he doesn't even have to be in the ring or start a story. Like just have him like show up on the show, cut a promo, and then he promotes.
Yeah.
And then he promotes his show.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe have him like power slam Kit Wilson or something in the process.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Yeah, like at least you're actually doing so. At least you're telling people what the show is, and they'll be inclined to watch it.
Yeah. I don't know, but it's just it's ridiculous how we have to end the show at 10 o'clock. They can't do like a 5 or 10, 15-minute overrun? Like, is that difficult, NBCU?
It's ridiculous.
Like, they have this show at 3 hours. They have SmackDown 3 hours first half of the year, and then second half for 2 hours until their deal's up in late 2029. And you mean to tell me, like, I mean, and look at the current SmackDown roster, and they're supposed to go back to 3 hours at the beginning, around the beginning, like January 8th. They're pulling for, I think, next year.
Oh my god.
We don't need 3 hours. We just need a little bit of a 20 minute overrun. We don't need 3 hours of SmackDown. It's not needed.
Like, what is there there's no need for 3 hours. Like, there should never be 3-hour wrestling shows.
Yeah. And USA Network loves that third hour.
Like, the show wasn't even good when it was 3 hours.
It was dragging, it was long, and it was insufferable. It felt like a fucking chore to sit there for 3 hours watching this shit. I remember the SmackDown watch-alongs here on this Hardcore Sports with Mitch, and we're trying to get through it as much as we can, sitting through 3 hours of SmackDown the first half of 2025, and we tried our best, man. It was the 3 hours was just the 3 hours of SmackDown just overkill, and it's just the 3 hours is just too damn long. I remember Mitch and I, again, like I said, Mitch and I tried getting through that, man, but it was a lot. And I mean, the 3 hours is just too damn long. And not a single wrestling show should be 3 hours every single week. You could literally dig up Eddie Guerrero and Hulk Hogan out of the grave and make them alive again, and it still wouldn't be enough it still wouldn't be enough for a 3-hour SmackDown or to justify a 3-hour SmackDown.
You could dig up Andre the Giant back from the grave, make him alive again, make him younger again, and it still wouldn't make SmackDown a 3-hour SmackDown good.
Yeah.
Like, no wrestling show should ever be like 3 hours.
NXT shouldn't even be 3 hours. Fuck that.
Yeah.
That would kill NXT.
Oh, God.
Not even Dynamite should be 3 hours. TNA shouldn't be. No wrestling show should be. No show should be 3 hours on a frequent and weekly basis. Not
Dynamite shouldn't be 3 hours. Collision shouldn't be 3 hours.
Remember when they had Raw 3 hours from 2012 until 2024?
Oh my god.
Remember that? for 12 years.
It's at point it was dragging.
Back then on Raw, he had, I think when they started in the early 90s, it was 1 hour. Then they moved to 2.
Yeah,
And then they had
like they were only doing 3. Like they only did like the 3 hours if it was a draft or a Legends show or an anniversary
or episodic television or like a 800th or 900th episode of like a 800th episode of Raw, for example, or
basically like 3 hours was like every now and then,
like an anniversary, like Raw 15th anniversary in December of 2007, something like that, or like you said,
or
like
Raw
a draft.
or Raw episode 800. I think it was in 2008, if I'm correct on this.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, or Raw's or I think the night the Nexus debut, they attacked that Raw was 3 hours.
Yep, that was a viewer choice Raw on June 7th of 2010. I remember.
Yeah, like that was 3 hours. Like every now and then it was like 3 hours, but then from 2012 on to 2024 it was like 3 hours every week.
Yep, had tribute shows for 3-hour shows, WrestleMania Rewind, or like the Free for All in like June of 2009, where you had Punk versus Edge versus Jeff Hardy for the world title, I think, from SmackDown on Raw.
Yeah,
I think even think like the others of the Slammy Award Raws were 3 hours. When they used to do the Slammy Awards,
like,
remember
the point
that?
being, it's like that, like no show should be 3 hours every week.
No, not one. It's just it's overkill. It's way too much, and no, it feels dragging, and you just fall asleep by half the point, like hour and a half after during the time frame. And it's
that
USA
should not
Network,
even be the case.
and it's US, and the reason for the third hour is because USA Network likes that third hour.
Yeah, they have pretty much nothing else on their show that people watch.
If USA Network did not have SmackDown, USA Network in that channel is pretty much dead. You might as well just cancel the channel, the network channel at that point, because they have literally nothing going for them. Like, what do they have that's even like worthwhile? Nothing. Absolutely fuck all.
The only thing that they have is WWE.
And they have Braun Strowman's everything on the menu, and then they have nothing but fucking reruns. Bro, nothing but reruns of
even Braun Strowman's show, they don't promote well.
What?
Like, even with Braun Strowman's show, they don't even promote it well. They don't advertise it well.
And even when the show gets hot, new show gets hot on their channel, then it goes to shit.
Yeah.
You know? I think even Chris Lee Knows Best was on there. Sucked. I think, didn't it get canceled?
I think. I
wouldn't
know.
be surprised. Ms. and Mrs. was on there. Canceled. You know?
Yeah.
Ms. and Mrs.
Canceled. Yeah, they built an entire TV series, a television reality show around Miz.
And that got canceled. It sucked.
Because you see, he's a A-list Hollywood reality TV star.
According to some. Because he's awesome.
Give me a fucking break.
What?
Give me a fucking break.
I heard he got a time cut from SmackDown last week with him and Kit Wilson and Matt Cardona. Not Matt Cardona, but I think it was a week or two ago. I read something that he and Kit Wilson got their time cut from SmackDown a week or two ago.
Good.
It was on the social media platform.
Good. His time needs to be cut more.
And they're going to go, and sadly, we're going to get the SmackDown 3 hours again first half of next year, sadly. And you know what that means.
Unfortunately.
Your favorite Miz on TV again, right? Get ready.
Every week. Yeah, he's demanding to be back on the show.
He's the demand, but he's not the not-so-demand. He's the real demand than the not-so-demand.
Yeah.
That's a shoot at Ricochet, by the way.
Yeah, he's demanding to be on the show weekly. He's demanding more time.
Yeah. But we're getting a little off track here. Talking about SmackDown last week, which I thought was a good show. I love the opening with Chelsea Green, Nick Aldis, Gunther, and Matt Cardona, man. And it really cemented Chelsea Green as a babyface. She even got yes chance. When Chelsea Green brought up Nick Aldis' wife, Mickie James, being one of the greatest of all time. And you were there at SummerSlam and mentioned that, you know, the only way I lose this title if someone takes this from me, and you're not taking this off me. Because Chelsea Green, I think it was during the Fatal Influence match with Fallon Henley and Laney Reed the week prior, where Tiffany Stratton and Chelsea Green challenged for the women's tag titles, and Chelsea Green, the women's champion, got pinned clean, which I did not like. But what they did here, I mean,
I think during the match itself, I think there was a spot.
Chelsea lost clean, that I didn't sit well with me.
Yeah,
but
I think if I'm correct, I think during the match, sorry for interruption. I think during the match she got a broken nose. I think there was a spot from the turnbuckle where I think Fallon, you know, she took her off the turnbuckle, and Chelsea landed right on her face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how she got the injury.
Yes. Now, I now don't get me wrong. I hated the fact they pinned Chelsea Green the week prior, but I mean they kind of. Again, I hated the fact she lost clean the week prior, but with this opening segment of SmackDown last week, they kind of turned what they did last week and kind of like, you know, made something. You know, it kind of worked in their favor, and it kind of made something good out of that. Like, really got made Chelsea Green a bigger star than she was. Even got yes chance, like I said, and stuff like that. And because with the audible bone that, you know, because the thing is, Liv Morgan until SummerSlam didn't defend the women's world title for 100 days. Rhea Ripley injured. They didn't vacate the title after 30 days. And back then they used to have like a thing where if you were a champion and you didn't defend your title after 30 days, you'd be stripped of the championship. And it's like, you're gonna strip Chelsea Green after just winning it. Like when you didn't strip Rhea Ripley when she was hurt for a long time, and
like of all people, like Chelsea Green is gonna be stripped
more than 30 days. Sorry,
it's ridiculous. Like it's so laughable. Like suddenly now they want to introduce the rule. Like Liv Morgan was champion for 100 days. It has been a manager ever since.
Oh, but she's a heel, and she gets preferential treatment, and she is the best.
What best? The best at what? Managing?
Well, she's the greatest women's world champion of all.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I gotta hear that every fucking week. The Liv Morgan's line greatest women's world champion of and I do this every time I hear that on my TV every week on Raw. Awful.
She won the belt at WrestleMania. She doesn't defend it until SummerSlam, yet they didn't strip her of it. Rhea Ripley's injured, and yet they didn't strip her of the title yet. But Chelsea Green has to defend from now until like next month, or else she'll be stripped. Like it's ridiculous. Like make it make sense.
And then Chelsea Green left with a down look on her face, and Nick Aldis like, Chelsea, wait, I know I've made the right decision. And Nick Aldis did not strip Chelsea and said, I'm going to give you 30 days to get cleared, do what you got to do, and defend this championship. And Chelsea Green was not stripped of the championship at all.
What, like here's the other thing. They heard the other thing, you know, has to be clear. Like, can't they just have her wrestle with a mask on?
Didn't they do that before?
Like, yeah. Because I know Undertaker, he had an orbital bone, a fractured orbital bone, because he was after.
It was the mid-90s he wrestled Viscera when he was Mabel.
Yeah, Mabel, like he gave him a leg drop, and he broke his nose.
And Undertaker for a while had to wear that silly face mask.
That's where he had the Phantom mask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he wore that mask. I think Cody, Rey Mysterio broke his nose, and then he started wearing a mask.
And he became the undashing Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
And Cody kind of made that into a gimmick, which was brilliant, but
it's like you can do the same thing with Chelsea Green here. Like have her wrestle with a face mask.
Even JC Jane in NXT did the same thing.
Exactly.
When Cody Rhodes, when he had the undashing gimmick, he had this paper bag thing.
Yep.
Like he put paper bags over his opponent's heads.
Like they could exactly do that with they could do something like that with Chelsea. Like you don't have to have her take bumps on the face, obviously for safety reasons, but like have her wrestle with a mask on.
Yeah. But I am very happy they didn't strip Chelsea, and this was really good. And then Gunther comes out, and then the ring general.
Well, by the way, who celebrated his birthday?
Happy birthday to Gunther.
Yeah, and we saw the return of Ludwig Kaiser.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
no sight. No sight though of Kaiser Mercado. Gracias.
Sadly, but we had
no
Gunther come out. But we had Gunther come out and sell Aldis and Chelsea. Then Chelsea threw something back, threw a joke, threw an insult back at Gunther.
Who knows? Maybe we get Gunther versus Kaiser Mercado at some point. Who knows?
Yeah. So, but with this Chelsea promo, it really came from the heart, and it was, and Chelsea Green is actually very good.
Yeah, she's incredible. You know, she's very entertaining. She's good in the ring. She definitely deserved that moment at SummerSlam. She should be the actual champion. But maybe that changes soon.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, maybe she should be the actual champion and not the interim champion. But maybe that changes.
I don't even acknowledge the interim crap. That doesn't mean anything to me. Yeah. Like if you hold the championship, you're the champion.
Exactly.
Point blank. Like they're like, oh well, she's the interim champion. Like you have to be out of your just mind mentally to say that she's not the interim champion. As far as I'm concerned, she's the real women's champion. Rhea Ripley held that title for a while. She was injured for a while after her last match with Jade Cargill at Clash in Italy. Didn't defend it since because of an injury. Had to give up the championship, and now Rhea Ripley got the knee surgery that she was hoping to avoid, but she couldn't. Now Rhea Ripley may not be back to the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, she's pretty much out the entire year. She's not
you might as well just axe the interim name at that point altogether.
Yeah, like just make Chelsea the actual champion and have her and have her defend it against someone else. Like have her have defenses.
I don't understand it, but Gunther comes out, interrupts both Chelsea and Nick, and Kevin Owens during this promo tells Chelsea Green to quiet down, but Green tells Gunther to puff up his chest. Said to Gunther he had a small, fragile ego. And then Matt Cardona came out when Gunther was getting closer. When Gunther got angry at Chelsea when it was looked like Gunther was going to harm Chelsea. Matt Cardona, Chelsea Green's husband, comes out to defend his wife, and we get an impromptu match with Matt Cardona and Gunther, which Gunther won with the Boston Crab tap out. It wasn't a squash, but it was like Cardona got destroyed. It wasn't a squash though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, he almost won as well. Like he gave him the Rough Rider.
Yeah, and he
nearly beat him. Yeah, the crowd almost popped big time for it. They popped big time. They thought Cardona had it there.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Maybe that could be the start of an actual feud between them.
I would not mind that, and it gets Cardona. And if it gets Cardona on TV and utilized, I'm all for it.
Yeah, plus Gunther's. He's not going to be in the title picture for a while now.
No.
Might as well give him something to sink his teeth into.
Yeah, and give Cardona something to do too. Not just Gunther. But what are your thoughts on this whole opener and then this Matt Cardona thing with Gunther?
It was good stuff. Incredible stuff. It got Chelsea over big time. And more than anything, got her over big time. It made her a popular babyface with the audience.
And this could potentially, especially what happened with Tiffany Stratton and JC Jane last week, I think I know where this goes. And you know what? I am all for this. Zero complaints from this guy. And there's a reason they and they cemented Chelsea Green pretty much as a babyface last week. You know, it's done for a reason. And I'll tell you why. In a little bit. that, especially with Tiffany Stratton, where I think she goes, because she's been little buddy with Chelsea lately. Tiffany Stratton, do I smell a heel turn? And the reason they got Chelsea Green over as a babyface big time last week as they did, does this set up for Chelsea Green to eventually, maybe sooner rather than later, turn heel on Chelsea Green?
They did have Tiffany lose the U.S. title to JC,
which I thought was good. A good match and the right move, honestly, that JC Jane is the new women's US champion. And she deserves it, honestly. And man, can I say this. Last year, JC Jane was not a fan of her at all. And I thought she was just not good. And I was like, no, this one is just terrible. I know. And it's like, I don't know what they see in JC Jane that I don't see. And I don't
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Weren't you happy? Come on, now, bro. Weren't you happy to see her beat Stephanie Becker for the women's title? Come on, now, bro. You were very happy. You were excited.
Well, last year I felt that, but a year later, what a year of difference makes. Like what a difference a year makes. I think that's the other way around. Yeah, what a difference a year makes. And now, like last year, I was not a fan of JC Jane at all a year ago, but now a year later, I completely changed my mind about JC Jane. She's actually really good, and she's come a long way, and she's gotten better and has improved, and has cared to and does care and has improved, and she has improved, and it does show.
Yeah.
You know, and she was in NXT for 5 years. Imagine had she got called up a year ago. I think she was interviewed, after she just won the women's US title. I think she said herself, I'd have got called up last year, I would have been lost in the shuffle. Like, it would have been the wrong time. And I don't think she was wrong. This was from JC Jane herself. I remember watching it.
Yeah, she was not wrong on that.
This year, she was ready. If she got called up last year, she would probably not be used. She probably would have been released. But,
probably all of Fatal Influence may have gotten cut.
Yeah, because of TKO needing to make budget because of their debt, which is bullshit, and their analytics crap about Ilja Dragunov, which I have a lot to say on that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that, because I got a rant on that. But, I mean, I'm going to try not to rant too much, but because feeling a little sick, so I'm not going to try and just blow my talking box altogether. But
your voice, yeah. You have to be
voice box, thank you. Yes, voice box. But, with JC Jane, man, she's come a long way, and being in NXT for 5 years instead of 4 actually helped her. I mean, she's gotten better. Fallon Henley is also very good. Lainey Reed also, she has potential. You can tell she wants to learn, and she's not bad either. But Fatal Influence all dripped in gold. JC Jane is the new women's US champion, which is the right move. What they do with their title reign from here on out, we'll see. But Tiffany Stratton did lose the women's US title. Towards the end, she did some swanton to the outside dive, but I think she was trying to go for her prettiest moonsault ever on JC. But I think Chelsea was brawling with Fallon and Lainey on the outside, but Tiffany took Fallon and Lainey out. So Chelsea Green kind of cost Tiffany Stratton the women's US title before, and then JC Jane hit rolling encore for the win.
Yeah.
They made Chelsea Green cemented as a babyface last week for a reason. And imagine the heat Tiffany Stratton will get when she attacks Chelsea Green.
Gonna be all charts.
She get the heat, heel heat she'll get. Just the booze. And honestly, to me, Tiffany Stratton needs to be heel, and she's better as a heel. This babyface Tiffany Stratton is just not working. They tried, but it's not working. She just fits the so much better as a heel than as a babyface. Yeah,
she feels forced. Legitimately.
Yeah, she's forced as a babyface. oh, well, she beat Charlotte at WrestleMania. She didn't do anything after that. Who'd she wrestle? Like Nia Jax every week? Wrestle who? Lash Legend? Jade Cargill? Just garbage matches that nobody remembers or cares about. And I'll be honest with you, bro. Tiffany Stratton's face turn it felt flat. It fell flat.
It failed.
Big time failed. Like, I think Tiffany Stratton even said herself, she even wanted to turn heel. She said that she feels she operates better as heel, like she's more herself as a heel. Like she feels like she can be more her as a heel, which I don't disagree with.
She's not wrong.
No, not at all. Like, look at her work on NXT when she was NXT Women's Champion. She was a very good heel then. Even her match at No Mercy 2023 with Becky Lynch over the Women's Championship in NXT in that Extreme Rules match, that really made Tiffany Stratton. Even that Tiffany was a heel.
Yeah, like her best work is as a heel, not as a babyface.
And look at the SmackDown Women's division. Like, I don't think there's that many heels on the SmackDown Women's division that are that good outside of like a Blake Monroe, who's debuting tonight against Julia. And then I think that's probably about it. There's not that many heels on the women's side of things on SmackDown. I mean, like, if I can look up the hold on. Because there's Blake Monroe, trying to see. So here we go. So you have JC Jane, you have Blake Monroe, but there's not that many heels. Nia Jax and Lash Legend suck. They don't count. Jade Cargill and the Not So Baddies don't count. There's really not that many heels on the SmackDown Women's division. I'm sorry?
There's not that many heels. Like they're shortish on top heels.
Yeah. So turning Tiffany Stratton heel is not a bad idea. And you got a story with Tiffany and Chelsea for the women's title, which I don't mind whatsoever. So I think the Tiffany Stratton heel turn is coming. So, and you know what? I'm all for it. When that happens, we'll see. And there's a history of
maybe it happens. Maybe it happens when when Chelsea does get cleared.
Yeah. Or who knows? They're in Toronto tonight for SmackDown. There's a little history, if you remember, Chelsea and Tiffany, a history of them in Toronto, Money in the Bank 2024 in Toronto, when Tiffany Stratton won the women's Money in the Bank, who'd she push off the ladder through tables
Chelsea
on the
Green.
outside to Chelsea Green from Tiffany Stratton. There's a history there.
Okay, you could definitely do the heel turn there.
In the same city, Tiffany won the Money in the Bank. I think that's perfect. It sells itself. Who knows? Maybe the heel turns tonight. I don't know. But it's coming either way. Tiffany Stratton heel turn is coming. We also had like this Tatum Paxley thing backstage. I thought Tatum Paxley would be on Raw with Lyra, Valkyria, and Bayley for all we know, but she's with Alexa and Charlotte, and apparently Charlotte and Alexa requested to work with Tatum Paxley. This is the reason why Tatum Paxley's on SmackDown.
Yep.
I feel at some point Tatum Paxley is the I think Charlotte and Alexa feud at some point, and I think Tatum Paxley is the what's that word? I don't know why. I just sometimes when you get that thought, you can't think or talk or a certain day. I think Tatum Paxley is that driving wedge between Alexa and Charlotte, with Alexa eventually turning on Charlotte. Because Alexa Bliss has the creepy Lily gimmick, and then Tatum Paxley has the creepiness gimmick, but she's a very good wrestler. I could see Alexa and Tatum at some point eventually turn on Charlotte. What do you think?
There is a true story, and this is a true story. I think you heard it. Tatum Paxley. She did state that the person that got her into wrestling was Alexa Bliss.
I did hear of that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. She wasn't a big wrestling fan at first, but she got into wrestling because of Alexa Bliss. But I mean, that's what I think. What do you think? Like Tatum Paxley's a driving wedge between Alexa and Charlotte at some point.
I could see it happening. I mean, it would make sense. It definitely would make sense.
With a pairing with Alexa and Tatum, man. And Tatum works with her favorite wrestler.
That'd be cool.
And
Tatum
Paxley is very good.
Tatum. Sorry for interruption. It does get Tatum in a big spot on SmackDown. She's one of the main characters on the show. Plus, you have two former women's champions in Bliss and Flair. That could certainly elevate her.
And she's very good, Tatum Paxley. She's very good in the ring. She's a very good wrestler. She knows she's got the character perfect. Has a good look. She's not a bad promo at all. A good presence, and she's a very good wrestler.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's a future piece for years to come. So, but then then we had like a thing with Sami Zayn. Apparently, he broke his wrist or his hand. I think they use that as a storyline.
I think that's the reason why he hasn't wrestled recently.
Probably
as much since SummerSlam. He does legitimately have a broken hand.
Yeah,
but he can still do segments, but not get physical.
Right. But we then had this U.S. title match with Baron Corbin and Carmelo Hayes. Baron Corbin won with the end of days. Carmelo Hayes lost in his hometown. I expected Corbin to win, honestly, but I thought this was not bad.
He just won the championship.
Yeah,
he just won the championship. That's the only reason why.
I see people saying, "Oh, Carmelo Hayes is buried," and I still see a lot of people say, "Oh, Baron Corbin is boring. You don't push this one, but you push Baron Corbin." I've been seeing a lot of that as of late on social media.
Yeah, well, what is it with this? I mean, I'm seeing a lot of hate.
This guy just came back, and he's not bad in the ring. I've watched his work on the indies. He's reinvented himself. He's not bad at all in the ring. Is Baron Corbin?
He's a good wrestler. Like he can work. Like I don't know why is he getting so much hate? He's not the one booking the fucking shows. Like, come on.
Or some of these people just don't pay. It's that, or these people, or maybe a combination of both, or maybe some of these people don't pay attention, or they have blinders on.
Baron Corbin,
they still live in the past, and they still live in like 2018 that Baron Corbin was born in, and they have their fucking blinders on. They need to open their eyes. So they don't pay attention.
What did Baron Corbin do? What did Baron Corbin do to deserve all this hate? It's ridiculous.
Tell me about it. But Corbin wins at the end of days. Then we had a post-match, Trick Williams music hitting, and then Lil Yachty snuck up behind Baron Corbin, and he used a kendo stick on him from the back. And then Trick Williams followed it up with a trick shot. So this feud with Trick Williams, Baron Corbin is not over. I could see a triple threat with Trick, Mello, and Corbin, probably in Atlanta at Saturday night's main event. Sunday night's main event in Atlanta. Because of Trick Williams on the poster. I could see it.
Yeah.
I could see
it. Maybe this is where he can win back the U.S. title?
Maybe. I would keep it on Corbin. He just won it. I don't know.
I think they give back the title to Trick again.
I don't know.
Why is this feud even continuing? He lost at SummerSlam, then he lost clean to Baron Corbin again on SmackDown, right?
Well, he cheated to win.
And he lost it twice to Baron Corbin. Why is he still getting the title shot still?
Well, he kind of.
If anything, why isn't Trick Williams the Money to Make ladder match? Start getting, why not just start building him up to be a main eventer next year? Why isn't he the Money to Make ladder match? I know it's August. But Money to Make is 2 months away, or a month and a half away, rather.
True.
Quite up to may as well start building to it now.
Right. But, we talked about the Kevin Owens CM Punk stuff earlier. We don't need to talk about that again. We had Tama Tonga and Tala Tonga with Haku. They win the tag team titles by beating the War Raiders and Damian Priest and R-Truth. And the MFTs deliver the Brothers Keeper on R-Truth to win the WWE Tag Team Championships. What did you think of this tag title change and this match and stuff like that?
I mean, I like the title change. I mean, Haku being the manager has definitely helped out. Tama Tonga and Tala has definitely helped them, made them more serious. Honestly, though, the one person I am happier for this result is Damian Priest.
But tonight on SmackDown in Toronto, we get a rematch. Damian Priest and R-Truth get their rematch clause against the MFTs for the tag titles, where I don't think Priest and Truth win this. They're not winning back the titles. And
yeah, they are not.
And they get their rematch tonight. I think MFTs win again tonight, and then afterwards, I think this is where Damian Priest splits from R-Truth. Has to be.
Please.
They announced it yesterday on X with WWE's X or Twitter account. Have to have done this for a reason, and I'm hoping this leads to after they lose their rematch, Priest and Truth, that this gets Damian Priest finally on his own again. Hopefully.
Yeah.
This guy's the former world champion, and he's mingling with R-Truth. Oh, but they were best friends in the Judgment Day. Both R-Truth and Damian Priest. This is beneath Damian Priest. This is a former world champion. He should be at the top, not a tag team slot. Which, speaking
he
of
should be mingling with a comedy character.
Which, speaking of the tag division, I think WrestleVotes reported this yesterday. That, listen to this. I'm gonna pull this up right here. If I can find the report, let's see. The WWE tag divisions, apparently, according to WrestleVotes, the WWE tag divisions are getting a refresh. Sources said that the pairing of Shinsuke Nakamura and Hiromu Takahashi is being positioned up front as challengers on SmackDown. For Axiom are also expected to see increased TV time. On Raw, the pairing of Ethan Page and Rusev is expected to be more prominent. While the Creed brothers have been on main event, while the Creed brothers, Julius and Brutus Creed, have been on main event, they have not been mentioned internally as potential challengers to the division, according to WrestleVotes Radio on Fightful Select. Thoughts?
Sure. Revitalize the tag team division. How many times we have heard that?
They said they're going to bring in Enzo and Cass and the Revival. Yet they let go of the Motor City Machine Guns, the Wyatt Six, and the New Day.
The Revival at FTR, like their deals aren't up until next year.
Next April, I think.
Exactly. But they let go of the Motor City Machine Guns, they let go of the New Day and the Wyatts. Half of the MFTs are basically done.
Well, WWE and TKO need to cut budget because they have TKO to answer to cut budget and pressure from TKO because they need to meet a certain number. And
what certain number?
And some people are not draws, or they don't bring in numbers, and they have the Moneyball analytics.
Is this what we're going for now? Analytics? How are these wrestlers supposed to be money draws when you don't even feature them on the show, when you don't book them right?
And we might as well get to the Ilja Dragunov thing. Now, this is according to Dave Meltzer. I mean, take him with a grain of salt, but it says it was essentially conceded by WWE that Ilja Dragunov was a great worker, but not a numbers mover. And evidently, for the level of money he was asking and getting, you needed to be a numbers mover. And apparently, WWE wanted to keep Ilja Dragunov and they wanted him to stay. And Ilja decided to let his contract run out. And speaking with more Ilja Dragunov, I don't know if he's posted anything yet, But reading other Ilja Dragunov news, essentially Ilja Dragunov signed what was termed a very good WWE contract, and it was coming due. And talks over a new deal. The sides were far enough apart that the decision was made in April not to use him anymore. He'll be free to wrestle anywhere at this point, as there is no non-compete. There is no non-compete for a contract running out. And apparently they wanted to keep him, but again, he let his contract run out. And apparently it's like, and they didn't see him as an analytics guy.
Ridiculous. It's fucking. Like, is this what we are measuring wrestlers now these days? Analytics.
Their new Moneyball approach by WWE and TKO.
This guy, Ilja Dragunov, this guy was getting over.
He was U.S. champion last fall on fucking SmackDown. He was the best part of a shit SmackDown last year. And even was an MVP going into the beginning of this year. And then you have him lose, and then you have him in this Andre the Giant Memorial fucking Battle Royal. Hasn't been seen since April. He's off TV. He's not injured. And WWE wants to keep him. And that's his contract right now. And it's like, you have this Moneyball analytics bullshit. Oh, but WWE is a business, and you're running a business, and you need to and you can be a good wrestler, but you need to be able to draw. And they have this Moneyball analytics, and he's not bringing in the money, and TKO needs the fucking money.
This company is making more money now than ever before.
Well, TKO's asking talent to take a pay cut because they're in a fucking debt.
Who gives a shit about TKO's fucking debt?
They had the debt because they had the debt ever since the merger and bringing Vince McMahon in. Well, they knew Vince was a liability. They knew what they were going to be dealing with.
Maybe they shouldn't have brought the company in the first place.
Buying WWE sold to TKO was the worst fucking thing. It was a big fuck you from Vince McMahon, not only to his daughter and his family, but also us. And look at the mess they're in right now. And TKO, how much they've like commercialized and corporized the company. With the constant commercials and the pay cuts, they need to make budget. Now, I mean, and the creative is also not excused either. But the fact with TKO's Moneyball approach is fucking disgusting. I'm sorry. It actually pisses me off reading this shit about Ilja Dragunov.
Like, you let him go. Like,
what a fucking joke.
Like, it's a slap in the face to him. It's a slap in the face to the roster.
In saying that he wasn't viewed as like he was a great wrestler but not a draw. I wonder by who.
Well, that's what happens when you keep him off of television for 4 fucking months.
And he wasn't hurt. It was essentially conceded by WWE that Ilja Dragunov was a great worker but not a numbers mover. Bull fucking shit. Not a numbers mover, my fucking ass. This guy was the MVP of SmackDown last year when he came back from injury and he won the United States Championship off of Sami Zayn, right? Then you take the championship off him, and then the last time we seen him was, what, Andre the Giant Memorial Catering Battle Royal?
Yeah, the night before WrestleMania.
Like to say he's not a numbers mover is fucking absurd. It's a joke. Nobody in wrestling is a needle mover or a draw. Outside of 3 names. And they're all in WWE right now. That's Roman Reigns, that's CM Punk, and that's Cody Rhodes. Nobody else is a draw.
Yeah.
Maybe MJF, but that's it. Kenny Omega's not even the draw he once was. Look at what they've done to him. He don't feel the same. It's ridiculous, bro. How with this WWE.
Honestly, this sets a bad precedent.
Sold to TKO was the worst fucking thing. This
Honestly,
company does not need to be sold. I think if WWE, I don't know what you think, if this company was not sold in the first place, is there a good chance Ilja Dragunov stays? Let me ask you that. Does Ilja Dragunov good chance he stays if this company was not fucking sold? And they didn't have to do this Moneyball approach.
Honestly, if the company was like, it wasn't sold, it was only under Triple H, under Stephanie, they were the ones who were actually in charge. I think Ilja Dragunov would probably still be here. Probably most of the guys that were released this year would probably still be
Black, here. Alba Fire / Kaylee Ray, the Wyatt Six, Motor City Machine Guns, Kairi Sane, Sheamus, the New Day.
Yeah, they would probably still be here right now.
Dakota Kai, who was released last year, would still likely be there, probably. Cora Jade, Shayna Baszler, Braun Strowman would probably still be there.
Yeah.
Really, Vince selling to TKO is a big fuck you. It was a big fuck you. It baffles my mind what this company with Ilja Dragunov, man. Oh, but Triple H is in charge and Vince isn't there. I mean, Triple H is not immune to criticism either, but at the end of the day, Triple H, he gets blamed, but not all blame. He's to blame too, but it's just at the end of the day, there's still a lot of Vince fucking rats there. Unfortunately. A lot of that writing team needs to go. A lot of that writing team needs to get the fucking axe. I don't care.
Yeah.
Fucking bullshit, man, I'll tell you. What do you think on this?
It's awful. Like it's ridiculous. It sets a bad precedent as well because when you take a guy off of television for months on end, like how do you expect that guy to stay? And then you're saying, then you come out and say, oh, he's not a numbers guy. Oh, we have analytics. Like, how do you say that, and then turn around and expect that same guy to stay?
I don't get it.
Like, are they that dense?
I do wish him nothing but the best, though, Ilja Dragunov, wherever he goes. I could see him in AEW, but
honestly, I don't blame him for leaving. If that's the case, I don't fault him.
Honestly, Ilja Dragunov bet on himself and show WWE what they missed out on. I think he could do that, like Cody Rhodes did, and how he had to leave and bet on himself.
He's 32 years old. That's why I checked.
Yeah, he's not old at all.
He's essentially the same age that Cody was when he left 10 years
2016, ago. Yeah. I could see Ilja Dragunov bet on himself and prove WWE wrong and just make them like what they missed out on, and maybe, who knows, maybe he's back one day. He's 32 years old. He's not old.
Yeah.
We'll see. But I do wish him nothing but the best. I could see him go to AEW. We could see him at All In. But my biggest concern is do they put him in the Don Callis family?
I don't even know if he even ends up in AEW.
Another thing I see people bring up, oh, well, the WWE didn't like Ilja Dragunov. They didn't want to push him because obviously WWE's a MAGA company. I don't think that has anything to do with that, honestly. And don't bring politics into wrestling either. You know? But another rumor I'm hearing that also apparently in October there's a few contracts that may, like, a few people in October that may leave the WWE, as few people have contracts running out in October. Who those may be, I don't know. I think this is also according to Brian Alvarez.
Yeah, I think according to him, I think he has been told that several AEW contracts are expiring soon, and Tony Khan is not going to renew them.
No, a WWE.
Yeah.
Well, both companies, but WWE, like, there's a few contracts. Who those may be, I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea, but I mean, I don't want to speculate, but again, this is also from Alvarez as well. I have no idea.
I could believe it. Actually, I could honestly believe that it's the case.
Who do you think
that there are contracts going up for both companies?
And they haven't renewed yet.
Yeah.
Well, with WWE, they have a few of them haven't renewed yet. If I can pull up the article, where can I find from Brown Alvarez? Because I seen it yesterday. Hold on, let me pull this up. Let's see. Oh, here we go. So from a day ago, Brian Alvarez said on the Wrestling Observer Live that a few more WWE main roster contracts are coming due in October, belonging to names who haven't been on TV much. And I don't think they haven't re-signed any deals yet. I don't know. Again, I don't want to speculate who it may be, and I don't want to call for anyone to lose their job, but
I mean, in terms of AEW, I mean, I think they may need to let some people go.
I don't know, DC. I don't know. Does Johnny and Candice leave? I think Gargano he wasn't on SmackDown last week. He was on 2 weeks ago. I think he posted something last week. I think his father's battling cancer, stage 4 cancer.
Yeah.
That's why Johnny Gargano wasn't on TV on his.
I think he's on a hiatus. I think he comes back to television. Like, I mean, please, and please as well. Don't have him blink. Don't have him on a crate like sleeping when he does show up. But I can believe some contracts are coming up.
I mean, I would be shocked if that doesn't happen, but if they do come up, if they resign or they become free agents, who knows? I don't know. But but I will say this. I mean, AEW in return, AEW has way too many people to begin with. I mean, whether some contracts expire or they stay or they leave, who the hell knows? Because, like, if Tony Khan does end up signing them, he has way too many wrestlers to begin with as well. And also,
if anything, you should be doing some releases. We talk about WWE budget cuts. If anything, AEW should have, they should do a budget cut of their own. I'm not wishing people to lose their job. Obviously, I don't want to see anybody get fired. Not from AEW, not from WWE, obviously. But it's like, what's Tony doing with a lot of his talents? Nothing.
And in WWE in return too.
Yeah, like if anything, it would actually help AEW if they actually trimmed the roster.
Or if they did, it's almost like a trade, not like a trade, but almost like a trade. Some people leave WWE for AEW and AEW to WWE. Maybe Johnny and Candice leave for AEW. Maybe we get somebody valuable from AEW go to WWE. Maybe like a name that's just as equal, if not or more than Johnny and Candice. I did read. Now I know this is nobody's business. Fightful Select, I think they usually put on their thing where, like, the contract status of certain wrestlers in WWE, AEW, TNA, New Japan, all those, CMLL as well, AAA. I see a lot of AEW contracts, a lot of them, and a lot of big names coming up in 2027. A lot of them. A ton of them. Now, Tony Khan may tack injury time, which is bullshit. If you're not gonna, and Tony Khan's not gonna use him, just let him go. He has way too many fucking people to begin with. An overbloated roster is an understatement. But Tony, it's with speaking on the Observer Live, Brian Alvarez also said that with a few WWE contracts coming up in October, Brian Alvarez also said he's been given the impression that a lot of AEW deals aren't going to be renewed, but Khan isn't necessarily going to release those wrestlers early either. And according to Alvarez, that comes down partly to Khan simply not liking the uncomfortable part of cutting people. Quote, Tony Khan doesn't like to play the bad guy, so he doesn't like to cut people. He just pays them to do nothing for months and months on end. That means some wrestlers could remain under AEW contract, barely appear on television, and continue getting paid until their deals naturally reach the finish line. And then they're simply gone and become free agents. Cool. I've been given the impression that there are a lot of AEW contracts he's not going to cut, but they are just simply going to quietly expire, probably like a lot of people. And then it says the interesting part is what happens when enough of those contracts start running out. There could eventually be a pretty big wave of wrestlers hitting the free agent market, although it apparently isn't expected to happen overnight. Alvarez gave a window stretching anywhere from 6 months to 18 months. Quote, and there's going to come a time, maybe in 6 months, a year, or 18 months down the road, where there's going to be a lot of people available. Suddenly, that creates a very different wrestling landscape. Instead of AEW announcing a giant batch of releases, talent could quietly trickle out as contracts expire until enough recognizable names are sitting on the open market to make things interesting. That could also give the independent scene a serious shot in the arm, or potentially create an opening for somebody else to see all that available talent and try something bigger. Quote, then either the indies are going to blow up again, or someone's going to come along and see what they can do. Oh, and by the way, before we give our thoughts on that, Scripps in the chat. What's up, Scripps? Hey, Nick and Adam. Glad you're back.
Yeah, thank you.
Honestly, I think this goes both ways with both companies, both WWE and AEW. People are going to leave WWE for AEW, AEW to WWE. And no, it's not the end of the world if Johnny and Candice leave WWE, or if, say, like Adam Page or Chris Statlander leave AEW. It's not the end of the world. And no tribalism, please. Oh, this one is a traitor. This one turned on WWE. This one turned on AEW. They're turncoats. They're traitors.
Who gives a fuck?
Baseball players switch teams all the time. Same thing with basketball players and football players. It happens in every sport. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Who, like, Pete Alonso was on the New York Mets. Now, they just foolishly let him walk, which I don't agree with. But he left the New York Mets, I think, before this season started. Pete Alonso left the New York Mets for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And he was on the Mets team for a long time. Even like Tom Brady, I think, was on the New England Patriots for a long time. Left for the Buccaneers, I think. Or something like that. But it's like it happens all the time in sports, and there's nothing wrong with that. And it's good to have AEW around, to have options out there, like to have options out there. Like WWE's not the only kid in town. There's a lot of wrestling companies and a lot of good ones out there. There's not just WWE. There's AEW. There's TNA. There's CMLL, AAA, New Japan, GCW, JCW. There's what else is there? Like Shimmer or Shine, or like there's who else is there's also ACW, Awesome Championship Wrestling. There's a lot of wrestling companies out there. HOG, House of Glory. There's a lot of companies out there for professional wrestling, especially a lot of the indies. So what are your thoughts on all this? Like WWE contracts expiring and AEW contracts expiring and stuff like that.
Not shocked. Not surprised at the latest, because things change. There's the winds of change in this business. It happens all the time.
I know a lot of people don't like change, and change can be scary, but at some point it's gonna have to. Like Edge left for AEW 3 years ago. Like, he did everything there was in WWE. Him going to AEW, I don't know what you think. I think looking back on it now was the right move, because he did everything in WWE.
Yeah. Like Royce Keys this year just left AEW.
Yeah.
Like Big Cass just left AEW. And he's on Monday Night Raw.
They're not going to be the last. And it's not going to be just and it's not going to be low card players jumping from AEW. There's going to be big names eventually. jump from AEW to WWE and vice versa, whether it's a low card talent or a high card talent. You know, people switch teams all the time. It happens in every sport. Stuff like that. So it's like, really, there's nothing wrong with that. Edge left for AEW 3 years ago. He could have stayed with WWE, had a nice contract to stay, but he did everything there was to accomplish. And when you stay in a company for a long too, like they say, you don't want to overstay your welcome. If you stay in a company too long, it gets stale, it gets stagnant, it gets boring. And at some point, you need a refresh. You know, look at Dolph Ziggler. He's another example. He was there for almost 2 decades.
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler, you know, it's just like sometimes you need a fresh change of scenery. And there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And I can look up the Fightful reports if I can find the contracts. Fightful contracts. So here we go. So this is as of late July of 2026. Right here. If my phone ever wants to work today, but come on, this stupid phone. Here we go. Sorry, my phone is a little slow trying to pull up this news, but Britt Baker's, I think she's another one that has a contract coming up this fall, right? You know, yeah. Dr. DMD. Apparently there's a news that they're going to bring her back for this Rebel Heart, this tribute show for Rebel, who's battling with ALS. Shout out to Rebel, by the way. I think she's, you know, she's a fighter. Shout out to Rebel, by the way. But looking at the AEW contracts coming up next year, look at this. We got Britt Baker in the fall. I think she's pretty much out. Are we in the agreement that Britt Baker's pretty much out the door?
Pretty much.
I think she goes to WWE. I think she should. She's been in AEW since the very beginning in 2019. She could absolutely use a nice change of scenery and a fresh coat of paint. What else we got? Britt Baker. Chris Statlander, I think, should really jump ship. She's not doing anything. Wardlow, absolutely. Brian Cage, yes. Adam Page, I think Adam Page, his contract runs out at least through 2027, according to Fightful. What Adam Page is doing lately, I don't know if you think differently, you may or may not. I think Adam Page should really make the jump because he's done everything in AEW, and he's not doing anything these days in AEW anyway. He's in he's in an irrelevant trios division when he's a main event talent guy. And whenever his deal's up, maybe next year, if I'm not on Page, I'm taking a chance on myself and make the chance and take the jump to WWE if I was him.
I think he stays in AEW, certainly because of he's friends with the Bucks and Kenny.
Yeah, but he can cope without them, though. I would love to see Adam. I mean, Adam Page in WWE would be interesting. I mean, he's done everything there. There's nothing left for him there.
I think he stays. I don't see him going anywhere.
Would you be shocked if he leaves?
I would be. It'd be surprising.
If Adam Page does make the jump, do you think that affects Kenny and the Bucks? Do they maybe stay or leave too?
No, I don't think it affects them that much. Like they're the founders of the company.
Like
I don't see them going.
Like if Adam Page leaves, does that send a message to Kenny and the Bucks that they may leave too?
I think it does, but I don't think it's gonna persuade them.
Unless Adam Page goes to WWE and he succeeds there.
Yeah, that's the only way.
I think Okada has that contract coming up next year in 2027. Yeah, man, what have they done to him? What have they done to him? Like, he's not... I mean, I would be lying to you if I told you that he was the same. Look, he was a beast in New Japan. And look where he is doing now.
I don't think. Yeah, I think he's challenged for the AEW World Title once, just one time.
Yeah, but he's not the same.
I don't think he leaves though.
I don't know, but we'll see. I mean, at some point you got to think, like, what are they doing with me? I'm so much better and bigger than this. I know the star I am. At some point you got to think that. Samoa Joe at least 2027. I don't know, man. That's interesting. He's another guy. It's been the world champion. He's been a trios champion. He was a TNT champion, right? I think so. I think he wrestled Darby Allin, I think, in 2023 for the TNT title.
Yeah, he beat MJF and Hangman for the world title.
He's another guy that's pretty much done a lot there. He's another guy.
I think he stays. I don't think he's going anywhere.
I don't know. I mean, but would you be upset if he leaves, though? If
No.
he does?
No.
I think he's also a big Triple H guy as well. That's another thing. And I would love to see how Triple H books him. So, I mean, I'd love to see it, but we'll see. I mean, he could stay, but though he may have injury time tacked to his deal, that's another thing to think about.
I don't think he's ever been injured in AEW. He's never been injured.
But I mean, you think he stays? I think he may leave. He's another guy that's done everything. I don't know.
I think that the issue here with him is that
he's a tree in a tree.
The issue here with him, because he has a twisted metal.
A what?
Because he also films a Twisted Metal, multiple seasons.
Or maybe he could. Or Orton does movies and McIntyre does. I don't see why he can't do that in WWE. I don't know. We'll see. Adam Carl until 2027. I'm gonna say this. I think he definitely gets injury time tacked to his deal.
Yeah.
Sadly.
That's what. Yeah. Yeah, I think he'll definitely have injury time.
He probably won't be a free agent until 2029 for all we know.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. FTR till April of next year. I could see them jump ship. I could see that. John Moxley, he's a guy that's done everything since day one in AEW.
I think it's 50-50
with Mox.
Yeah, 50-50.
I don't know. We'll see. He won't be able to bleed every week.
Yeah. The positive, though, is that he wouldn't have to carry Wheeler Useless and Eddie Garcia.
And he is so much bigger than that. Maybe the jump is not a bad idea, and he's been away long enough. And Scripps in the chat, AEW is neutered Okada. I mean, I can't disagree there. Then he says Mox is staying. I mean, he thinks he stays. I don't know, man. Well, we'll see. Anything can happen.
Hang on there. Wait. I'm going to do something. Just hang on. I'll be back.
All right. But then we got Kenny Omega through 2027, the Young Bucks till 2027. I can't see them leaving. I mean, if they leave, that's a big deal, but it's like it's not good for AEW. It's like you're pretty much like risking killing the entire company at that point. Like you're pretty much you're pretty much risking killing the entire AEW company as a whole at that point. Like these are your EVPs, your executive vice presidents of AEW, Nick Jackson and Kenny Omega. Like you let them go, that sends a major message, and not in a good way. And Script says the elite stage of AEW. Yeah. Without, like, if Kenny and the Bucks are not in AEW is pretty much dead at that point. You might as well just cancel the company at that point. Kenny and the Bucks they basically pretty much are AEW. And without them, AEW is fucking dead. Dead. And Script says Garcia goes to WWE. I think he re-signed a new deal in 2024. I'm not sure how long his contract is for. Maybe it runs out in 2027. Who knows? Who knows? He could do fine in NXT, but I don't see him leaving. He's in the Death Riders in a prominent spot, and Tony Khan is using him a lot on TV. I can't see Danny Garcia leaving. I can't. And those are pretty much the big ones. And Script says, of course, that's what I said about Cody. I mean, Cody leaving was a big blow to AEW, but Kenny and the Bucks, if they left AEW, that would be a lot worse. That would be 10 times worse than Cody and Punk leaving. But, Swerve until 2028, he's not going anywhere. Jericho through April 2028. Chris Jericho had a chance to go back to WWE early this year, and seeing what Jericho's doing as of late in AEW, he should have left to go back to WWE. Now he's just wasting away in AEW, and it's a shame. It's really a shame. I mean, the feud with Tommaso Ciampa could have been good, but they fucked the whole storyline up by Jericho calling Tommaso Ciampa Tommy. It was just not good. They could have been a lot better. But yeah, that's the news coverage on the WWE and AEW contracts running out. And Ilja Dragunov, like I said, I wish Ilja Dragunov nothing but the best, and he'll kill it wherever he goes. I'd even love to see him in Awesome Championship Wrestling based in Poughkeepsie, New York. Who knows? Maybe we see him in October, and I would not mind that at all. I'd love to see him in ACW. Imagine Killer Cross or Karrion Kross or Ilja Dragunov for the ACW Championship in Poughkeepsie, New York at, say, like, maybe they have the Poughkeepsie Rumble 3 in early January next year. Just throwing it out there. If ACW's watching this, ACW title match, Killer Kross, Ilja Dragunov, ACW World Championship, early January next year, ACW Poughkeepsie Rumble number 3 to kick off 2027. Who knows? I would love to see that. Or maybe Ilja Dragunov versus Richard Holiday is a good one. Ilja Dragunov, Ben Bishop. You could do Ilja Dragunov, AEW versus Will Ospreay, Omega, MJF. There's a lot. At the end of the day, I wish Ilja Dragunov nothing but the best. And again, he'll kill it anywhere he goes. Script says Ilja needs to go to TNA. Could they even afford Ilja Dragunov? I think that would be great. Honestly, I think he could be a big fish in a small pond there. And they don't have that big top guy in TNA. And they have the partnership with WWE. I would not mind Ilja Dragunov in TNA. I wouldn't. Then Script says Jericho needs to retire. But yeah. Like I mentioned, all these AEW contracts coming up. This is a big deal.
Yeah.
Do you think Tony Khan risks getting rid of Kenny and the Bucks? Because if you do, you're pretty much killing AEW. Like, if Kenny and the Bucks leave, AEW's pretty much dead. Do you agree?
It's literally in the name of the company. It's called All Elite Wrestling.
But they're still All Elite after Kenny and the Bucks. It's not by name. It is All Elite.
It's by name. It's in name only.
Just like ECW was ECW in 06. Not just by name.
It was in name only.
Remember when they relaunched ECW in 2006?
Oh my god.
What a disaster that was. Yeah, what a colossal failure that was.
Horrible.
Then Heyman ended up leaving the company. It was so fucking bad. But yeah, like I said, people leaving for other companies or your favorite players or sports team players leaving for other teams, like, I don't see any wrong in that. And honestly, it makes for healthy competition. It makes the industry of pro wrestling healthy when people switch teams, when people switch companies. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And nobody should be looking at this as a bad thing or the end of the world. You're not going to lose sleep over this. And who's to say some of those people at least don't come back one day?
Yeah.
Who's to say? Just because you leave WWE, it's not the end of the world. You could leave WWE, go reinvent yourself, become a bigger star. You can always come back. And then the same, and vice versa. And Script also says Tony Khan needs to give AEW to the elite, and he sits back and is just the investor.
You're not wrong.
He'd probably be better as a business guy than running a company. Is Tony Khan.
Yeah.
But you get rid of Kenny and the Bucks, you're risking killing AEW at that point. Oh, but Tony Khan is Will Washington and RJ City.
Oh my god.
Yeah, 2 idiots, 2 yes men. That won't work at all. But getting a little off track here. But yes, SmackDown a week ago was pretty much good. I don't know if I'm missing else anything. Went over, let's see. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Tiffany Stratton and JC Jane mentioned that. Oh, Raw this past Monday, bro. Solo Sikoa. Oh, Scripts in the chat says RJ and Will are double trouble. Comment of the day. Scripts. Tell Scripts when he's telling lies. And if you don't know who Will Washington is, apparently he's a failed podcaster. Apparently, from what I've heard. He's one of those guys that just kisses ass to get a job. To beg for a job. But, bro, Solo Sikoa, man. The ending of Raw, Solo Sikoa didn't fall in line.
Yes, good.
He said, LA Knight, I'm sorry. Simone spiked to Roman Reigns instead. Then he pulled out this to Jay. Spiked Jay near the Timekeepers area. He had Roman, Jay, and Jimmy get destroyed by Solo Sikoa and LA Knight. Jacob Fatu just sits there. And he does nothing about it. He doesn't lift a finger, doesn't do a damn thing. And even during that segment, Jimmy and Jay were getting handed black Ulafalas. Jacob Fatu got nothing from Roman Reigns. What did you think of this closing segment to Monday Night Raw?
I thought it was a good one. He definitely got the solo over.
And it cemented to me, it cemented Solo Sikoa as a babyface. Yeah. I'm like, you see what you get. You see what happens when you end the MFTs with Solo Sikoa. And LA Knight, man, still over as fuck. If you ask me, call me nuts. Maybe there's a chance LA Knight does win the world title off Roman Reigns.
Who knows?
Yeah, or something like that. But I think this still, and I will say this Solo Sikoa segment, can I say this reminded me of Sami Zayn at the 2023 Royal Rumble? Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Sammy. This is the 2023 Royal Rumble when Roman Reigns wanted Sami Zayn to hit Kevin Owens with the chair. And Roman's back turned. Sammy chose to hit Roman with the chair instead of Kevin Owens. And that pop Sammy got. And then the pop Solo Sikoa got when he Samoan spiked Roman Reigns instead of LA Knight. The pop in Buffalo Solo got, man. That was awesome. That was fucking awesome. And I don't know how you feel. The Bloodline story. At first, I was like, this is just slop. But now I'm starting to think, now I'm liking this, actually. I'm actually now finally interested in this. What do you think? And then potentially this Bloodline stuff going into War Games in Houston and where this may go.
I agree with everything you say here. Solo, it would have been a disgrace to have Solo back in the fucking Bloodline.
That would have been lazy, bro. Lazy.
Yeah.
And you have War Games in Houston. Guess who just debuted on NXT who was trained by someone from Houston? And we got Survivor Series War Games in Houston this November. And I think this could lead to War Games with a Bloodline. At first, it was like, oh, you're going to get Bloodline and War Games and you're going to like it. At first, thinking that. But in watching Monday Raw, I kind of think different of that now. I don't mind it. I mean, if you have a good story, I don't mind War Games. Like, War Games every year is like Hell in a Cell when Vince was in charge. But if you have a good story, I don't know what your stance is. As long as you have a good story, to me, I don't mind it. If you want it to work, you're gonna have to have a good story. If you don't, and if it's just people just thrown all together for the sake of it, it'll never work.
Yeah.
Now, with War Games coming in Houston this November, the Bloodline's gonna be in War Games, I feel. Do we see... This is what I'm thinking. LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, Royce Keys, and you saw how Jacob Fatu didn't even help Roman and the Usos. Who's to say Jacob Fatu doesn't get out of the Bloodline again soon, which I'm hoping. Hopefully. Because to watch Monday and Raw, Jacob Fatu also is going to be in trouble from Roman Reigns too. He just sat there like this and didn't do a damn thing. He could have easily helped Roman and Usos get that. He could have easily saved Roman and Jimmy and Jay from that attack from Solo and LA Knight, and he didn't do a damn thing. He's the one that wasn't even in a hurry. He just sat there, did nothing. Who's to say Jacob Fatu, maybe Jacob Fatu's out of the Bloodline soon? Maybe, hopefully.
Hopefully.
But Jacob Fatu is the Simone werewolf. I'm liking what he's doing. He's been neutered. What, neutered?
Neutered. He's a lackey.
Like Script said earlier, AEW has neutered Okada. Yeah, WWE has neutered Jacob Fatu. Oh, but he's the Simone werewolf again. What does he say? Call him ice cold?
Yeah, ice cold.
But he's
the coldest
Simone
he
werewolf.
has ever been in WWE.
He beat Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. Yeah, what did they do with him after that, might I ask?
They made him a lackey.
But he wrestled Roman Reigns at Clash in Italy for the World Heavyweight Championship, where if Jacob lost, he had to be Roman's assistant. Yeah, where Jacob should have won. And then Jacob fell in line. Honestly, Jacob Fatu should have never been in his Bloodline in the first place. I don't know what the hell that was. So I'm hoping soon he's out of that Bloodline. Or maybe I was thinking maybe Solo helps LA Knight win the world title from Roman. Maybe it's Jacob Fatu, for all we know. After we saw Monday and Raw, maybe LA Knight does win the world title off Roman before War Games. By either Solo or if not Solo, then Jacob Fatu. Thoughts?
Maybe. Maybe this, if you're going to put the belt on LA Knight, this is the time to do it.
Yeah, it's either now or never for LA Knight. It's either Sunday night's main event or Money in the Bank. I think they may do Roman and LA Knight for the world title. But it's now or never for LA Knight. It's either Sikoa or Jacob Fatu is the X Factor. But if you have Jacob Fatu out of the Bloodline for War Games, hopefully soon, what if we get War Games 4-on-4? Jacob, Solo, LA Knight, and Royce Keys versus Roman, Jay, Jimmy, and Zilla Fatu, who just started in NXT. And I don't expect him to be in NXT long anyway.
Yeah.
Do you think this could be the War Games match, 4-on-4? Because I don't think we need 5-on-5.
Yeah.
Could you see this being the War Games match?
I could see it. That could be the case.
Yeah. But, I mean, and also apparently Roman Reigns is eternally listed as a heel as well. What are your thoughts on that, too? I mean, with this Bloodline stuff, it was never going to work as babyfaces. I think it's better as a heel. And I don't know, what do you think is Roman internally listed as a heel? I mean, he was acting heelish anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't need a report to say that.
Yeah, shocking.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was Fightful that reported that Roman Reigns is internally listed as on the roster as a heel. I mean, we knew this already. We don't need a report to solidify that or acknowledge that. But Scripps also says in the chat, Will was from Fightful. Yeah. And then he says, instead, being like the Incredible Hulk, Jacob Fatu is now more like Teen Wolf. That's a good one, Scripps. He's
not wrong. Teen Wolf.
No, I mean, it's funny, but he's not wrong at all.
Yeah, here's a new name there for Jacob Fatu with the Bloodline, the Teen Wolf.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we need Jacob Fatu back to his roots. Like, I'm talking about, like, wild, unhinged Jacob Fatu that gave no fucks, no regrets, no turning back. That there's no stopping him. You can't control him or tame him. That's the Jacob Fatu we need, not this current Jacob Fatu we're seeing, which is fucking garbage. But what'd you think of Raw Monday? I thought it was a good show. I mean, honestly, the last two segments saved the show, but I thought it was a thumbs up show. Anyone who says it's a thumbs down show is lying to themselves. I mean, we got Chad Gable, Rey Mysterio for the Intercontinental title, which was very good. There was even a point, so much so in the match, I was thinking, oh, Rey Mysterio may win the IC title here, and you know what? I would not mind it. And it's amazing to see Rey Mysterio, 51 years old. He can still go like he was half his age.
It's incredible. Especially, you look at the other guys, like Cena, like AJ, Lesnar, they all retired.
Yeah.
And then there's Rey Mysterio going out there still doing moonsaults to the outside the ring.
Doing 619s. This guy's like a wizard. This guy's like a wizard, bro, with Rey Mysterio.
He never ages.
No, he doesn't look the age, doesn't move the age, and he's only 51 years old. And look at what he's doing. For all we know, Rey Mysterio may wrestle until he's 75 or 80. And it just goes to show that age is just a number. And it does not matter how old you are. You could be 60, but if you're moving like you're 25, 30, and look like you're 25, 30, especially moving like you're half your age, like 25, 30 years old, then I could give two fucks less how old you are. Unless you're like 60 years old or 50 or 70, 80, and you're moving the age and you can hardly and barely keep up, then that's a different story. But Rey is nowhere near retiring, I don't think. Eventually he will at some point, but I don't think anytime soon. And it's great to see how Rey Mysterio at 51 can still very much go despite being 51 years old. Like, he's literally moving half his age out there. And now
he's 100.
Well, I don't know if I'd say that, no. Well, but even his daughter Ilja Mysterio is now wrestling at the Performance Center. So he got his son Dominic and now his daughter Ilja wrestling.
Yeah.
Yes, I said Rey's son.
Shut up. Stop lying.
He is Rey Mysterio's son, bro. Come on.
He is not.
Come on. I'm disappointed in you, bro.
No, I am disappointed in you. You keep disappointing me. You keep lying.
Oh, God. When am I going to acknowledge you to say that Dominic is Rey Mysterio's son?
It will never happen.
I don't know. But yeah, Chad Gable beat Rey Mysterio. He had an ankle lock on Rey several times, and Rey hit a 619. I think Rey tried the diving splash off the 619, but Chad Gable countered, got a knees up, got an ankle lock. Rey was about to tap out, but he wasn't. Then I think Mysterio tried to roll through a cradle, then Gable went backwards, got a cradle of his own, and pinned Rey. Really good stuff here. Really, really good stuff. And it showed this match. Chad Gable deserves a long reign with that Intercontinental Championship. This was good stuff. With Chad Gable, Rey Mysterio. We also had this rest of the Lucha tournament first round. Rey Fenix beat El Fosco. Okay. Dragon Lee beat Dr. Wagner Jr. What did you think of this? Because I kind of felt uninspired by this. Because you kind of knew who was going to win, but it also doesn't help the fact, I think you made us say the same thing. I've never heard of El Fosco, but I mean, who knows who this guy is? You need to do better to tell us who this guy is, and why should we care?
Yeah.
Like, the crowd wasn't much reactive to these matches, with the match of Dragon Lee and Dr. Wagner Jr. and El Fosco and Rey Fenix. And it didn't help either that the matches were very predictable as well, because you knew who was going to go on top. But especially this El Fosco guy, nobody knows who this guy is unless you're a watch AAA a lot. I do, but it's like I've never heard of this guy El Fosco. But what are your thoughts?
I mean, the matches were all right. I think what's hurting them is that they didn't give these new talent the time to they didn't give fans time to know these new talent. Like there was no like video packages, like there was no even a short promo.
Yeah,
like they didn't tell the fans who these people were, like El Fosco.
Yeah. If you were going to do this past Monday on Raw, the Raw prior should have been a video package for El Fosco to hype up Rey Fenix and El Fosco from this past Monday on Raw. You could have
have him on the show, he can speak about the tournament, tell us his motivations, who he is as a character.
Yeah, whether it's on the show or on the video package or vignette, something.
Yeah, like they didn't do them any favors. They did do the talent any favors.
And they had Dragon Lee and Dr. Wagner Jr. I mean, Dr. Wagner Jr., no disrespect, he's a great wrestler, but he doesn't have any charisma.
Like, has he even cut a promo?
I don't know, but Dragon Lee and Rey Fenix advanced, so we get Dragon Lee and Rey Fenix in the semifinals, and La Parka and Penta in the semifinals. I'm hoping, and I said this in a YouTube Shorts video I posted the other day. Go check it out. I said this in there and during the podcast last week with Eric from Over the Top Rope Podcast. I said this word for word last week. Penta and Rey Fenix should be and needs to be the finals of this Lucha tournament. If it's not, I don't know what the fuck we're doing. This has to be Penta and Fenix in the finals. Penta's going to be in the finals, that's a lock. But I'm hoping Rey Fenix beats Dragon Lee next week. Hoping. I'm sure you feel the same way.
Yeah.
If we don't get Fenix and Penta in the finals, they've dropped the ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, the matches in the first round with Dragon Lee and Rey Fenix advance to semis. These matches weren't bad, but it's like there's not enough reason to care. You got to do better to get us to care. Like, we want to care, but you need to do better, need to do more. A video package comes a long way. It really does, to get fans to know who a new talent is and why they should give a shit. If you're just going to throw them out there with no vignette, nothing, it's how do you expect them to get over with the crowd? You can't. Otherwise, you're going to get, library silence. And I watch these matches. Not much people reacted. It was like going to church and, it's like crickets. It's like library silence, as you'd say.
Literally, nothing but library.
Yeah. But we also had on Raw this Obafemi Braun Breaker segment. Oba Femi did a good job impersonating Braun Breaker. Who's the future, Paul?
That was great.
This segment I enjoyed, actually. Oba Femi, Braun Breaker. And they announced Breaker and Oba, by the way, for Sunday night's main event. So we're getting this match in Atlanta, Sunday night's main event, and that's actually Braun Breaker's hometown in Atlanta. He's a Georgian, is Braun Breaker, so Braun Breaker as a heel may actually be cheered.
Yeah.
But I will say this, and tell me when I'm telling lies. This Oba Femi thing has really helped Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker's still sadly in the Vision as a World Tag Team Champion, but this Oba Femi and Braun Breaker thing has really made Braun Breaker so far, the past couple weeks, go from a here to a here.
It's saving his career.
Yeah, you're not wrong at all saying that. Period. I mean, I don't want this to be Braun Breaker being fed to Oba. I hope not. I hope that's not the case. But it's doing really good for Braun Breaker so far. And it goes to show you how big of a deal Oba is, that when you're in the ring with him, you're a lot better. It goes to show you that. And can we get Breaker away from, and I'm watching this, can we get Breaker away from the Vision? Better yet, why are the Vision still World Tag Team Champions, by the way?
Legitimately.
But this was a good segment with Breaker and Oba. With that. More of this, please. We also got Sol Ruka and Lyra Valkyria. Lyra turned heel not long ago. She was off TV for 4 weeks. Last time she was on TV, she destroyed Bayley in Madison Square Garden at Saturday night's main event last month in July. Off TV for 4 weeks. And then she's on TV on Raw again and loses clean to Sol Ruka. What are your thoughts on that? I have a problem with that. I mean, it's very weird. I don't like that. Lyra lost clean to Sol Ruka. And it was a match where I think the winner would get Raquel Rodriguez for the women's IC title, and it looks like we're gonna get Sol and Raquel. Oh, but Lyra and Raquel are both heels, though. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? And it's just, I don't know. What are your thoughts, Adam Carl, on this booking recently of Lyra Valkyria? It's a bizarre one to me, if you ask me. And I don't know what's going on with Bayley. I know WWE, I think WWE said wants to keep her. I hope to God Ari and Shapiro don't ask her to take a fucking pay cut. That's bullshit and ridiculous. Ari and Shapiro and TKO need to get their heads out of their fucking asses and just bite the fucking bullet and keep Bayley, not ask her to take a pay cut, give her the money she wants, and give Bayley whatever the fuck she wants. What Bayley wants, you give that. What Bayley wants, you give that woman whatever the fuck she wants. And you get her back on TV and sign to a new deal, and you have her feud with Lyra, because without Bayley, Lyra is really going nowhere right now without Bayley. With Bayley not there, Lyra's not where she needs to be. And at this point, I'm hoping Bayley stays and re-signs and signs a new deal with WWE and gets Lyra to where she needs to be, because Lyra is not doing shit right now. She's not. And I know I'm not wrong in saying this whatsoever. We had Sol Ruka beat Lyra Valkyria clean with the Soul Snatcher, and then that was it. And that was it. I don't know. Whenever Adam Carl gets back, I'm not sure when, but sorry about that, guys. I don't know with Adam Carl when he's coming back. I don't know. But get some reading some chats here. Script says, is it just me, Or does Dom look more and more like Eddie Guerrero every day? Well, I mean, he does have the mullet. I won't lie, Scripps. He does. Dominic does have the mullet. He does have long hair like Eddie. He is tall. I mean, he doesn't have the Rey Mysterio mask on him, but he is taller than Rey Mysterio. I mean, I can see where you're coming from. So, and then Scripps says, "Did you guys watch Dynamite this past Wednesday?" Sadly, Scripps, yes. Sadly, Scripps, yes. Again, I don't know. Adam Carl's coming back. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what's going on.
Amir.
Oh, there we go. Yes. So yeah, this Sol Ruka Lyra Valkyria thing. What are your thoughts on this? Like, it's a weird one. Oh, Adam Carl is muted. Is muted again. Uh-oh.
I'm back now.
Oh, there we go. There now we got the man Adam Carl back. But Sol Ruka and Lyra Valkyria. What are your thoughts on this whole situation with Lyra?
I think they're waiting on Bailey to come back. I think that's my my feelings.
I mean, she's still not signed to a new deal. Honestly, I mean, I don't know what Bailey wants to do. Ari and Shapiro, they better not ask her to take a pay cut. And Ari and Shapiro and TKO need to, and the WWE creative team, like including like with Bruce and Hayes, and especially TKO and Ari and Shapiro, they need to get their heads out of their fucking asses and actually listen to Bailey and give her whatever the fuck she wants. And don't ask her to take a pay cut. And what Bailey wants, you give her. And you give that woman whatever the fuck she wants. And you re-sign her to a deal. Into a nice deal at that. Honestly, at this point, I'm hoping they're able to successfully keep Bailey and get Lyra where she needs to be. Because she's not going with Bailey not there, she's not going anywheres. Bailey's the only one that can save this.
Yeah.
You know, I know Bailey's done everything in WWE. I get it. But look at what Lyra's doing. She's doing nothing right now. This one turned heel. Then she was off TV for 4 weeks. Then she comes back to Raw to lose clean to Sol Ruka. Why? It's a weird one to me. Oh, well, you can't do Lyra versus Raquel for the women's IC title. It's 2 heels. I say, who cares?
Who gives a shit?
Yeah. I don't understand it. It's just a weird one to me. We also had on Raw Javon Evans and JD McDonough. Javon Evans won with the OG cutter. Big Cass came out and attacked Javon Evans again. I'm liking what they're doing with Big Cass, by the way. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I like it.
And can I say, 3 weeks of Big Cass back on Monday Night Raw, and I don't care how many AEW sickos I piss off. I'm going to say it right here and now. Big Cass, with 3 weeks being back on WWE and on Raw, has felt a lot more relevant and important and better than his entire time in AEW. Don't fucking at me.
You're not wrong.
Again, I don't care how many AEW sickos I piss off. I don't care. They don't like hearing the truth. Big Cass didn't do jack shit. He did fuck all in AEW. And 3 weeks back on Raw, he's done a lot more relevant and important and better. He's felt more of a big deal than his entire time in AEW. 3 weeks than a couple years he spent in AEW? I mean, what does that tell you?
That's a lot. That's for sure.
Tony Khan, can I say Tony Khan fumbled Big Cass or Big Bill?
Certainly better than him being in the fucking learning tree.
Hi, guys. Hi, guys. That man was, God, was that awful. But can I just say, now that you're back here, Script says, is it just me, or does Dom look more and more like Eddie Guerrero every day?
You're not wrong.
I got another one here that thinks Dominic is Eddie's son.
Come on now, bro. You have to be honest.
But he's Rey Mysterio's son. Come on.
Shut up.
He says that he's a Mysterio.
He is not.
I don't know. He deserves better, though, this Dominic Mysterio, instead of getting buried lately, but it's a story for another time. But then we had on Raw this Judgment Day, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, and Roxanne Perez beat down on Stephanie Vetcare and Becky Lynch. Can we get the title off Liv Morgan, please?
Please.
Like that title's not doing anything on her. But and what about her music? Trouble.
Terrible.
It's awful. But Raw was a good show Monday, like SmackDown was last week. NXT, Zilla Fatu cut this promo. What did you think of Zilla Fatu's first promo on NXT?
I thought it was good.
I think he was in this one promo saying like a nympho baby instead of a nepo baby, a nympho baby. I think.
Yeah.
But they also announced for Heatwave. I don't know what you think of this. They announced for NXT Heatwave. I think it's August 29th or 30th. I think it's August 30th. It's the same day as All In, right? In Wembley.
Yep. I can hear you.
Oh, there I go. So yeah, NXT way. Tony D'Angelo, Cruz Montana, Grayson Waller, Zilla Fatu. Zilla Fatu's first NXT match is getting a title match. What are your thoughts?
I don't know if it's a good idea.
Like his first match is an NXT title match. He hasn't done anything to earn it.
Yeah.
It doesn't paint a good look because, and he's in the Samoan family anyways. It's going to be looked at as a bad look in that way there. I don't think it's a good look. At least have him earn it. To thrust him right into NXT title match, his first match in NXT, I don't like that. I can't sit there and agree with that.
Yeah.
Like, if you were going to have him, like, wrestle, like, 3-5 matches, that's another thing. But his first match being a title match? Come on. I'm sure you probably agree with that. I don't like that. I don't like that whatsoever. Does Zilla Fatu even win the championship here?
Maybe.
I don't know. I could probably see Tony D lose the title and get called up. He's also due for a call up. I don't know. But NXT was actually decent on Tuesday. We then had oh my goodness. AEW Dynamite.
Oh.
35-minute overrun. And
Why?
Scripps even says, did you guys watch Dynamite this past Wednesday? 35-minute overrun. And what did we get?
Nothing.
And we're 10 days to go. Next week's the go-home show for All In. Do you love this build for All In?
It's been so painful. Painful.
What the hell did we get this past Wednesday that was even riveting or had some kind of story?
We had nothing.
I mean, we had Kenny Omega go heel, correct? Which to me felt very forced.
Or is he even?
Yeah. But it was fucking boring. This past Wednesday's Dynamite was boring as fuck. Dude, you might as well have called this past Wednesday's episode of Dynamite the Don Callis family episode. We had 2 6-man tags on Dynamite, by the way, mind you. 2 6-man tags, both involved the Don Callis family. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks versus El Clan, Mark Davis, and Jake Doyle. And then Will Ospreay in the United Empire of Francesco Akira and Henair versus Brian Cage, Rocky Romero, and Lance Archer.
Great.
Why? Why?
Why are the Don Callis family treated as if they're the most important part of Dynamite?
And with Ilja Dragunov now a free agent, I would not be shocked if he's in the Don Callis family. Watch. It's coming. If that happens, I would not be shocked.
Terrible.
How many members of the Don Callis family are there? Like 28? You could make an entire show with that group.
1,000.
Yeah. Oh my god. And these 6-man tags did nothing, bro. Nothing.
Zero.
Nothing to get you excited. And we had a heel turn from Kenny Omega that didn't accomplish a damn thing. And it just, to me, felt very forced. We also had Continental Cup matches, bro. AEW Continental Champion Jon Moxley versus Jay White. And did Jay White advance? You would think he would, and he should have. You would think, he should advance. You'd think he would. Did Jay White win in advance?
Of course not.
Jon Moxley beats Jay White with the choke. Beats Jay White.
Yeah,
and can I say Jay White is buried in AEW?
Like, you bring this guy back 2 months ago, and he's already on his, he's already losing.
And now he feels like everybody else on the AEW roster. This guy, Jay White, was one of the top heels in New Japan. And you bring him to AEW, and he feels just at the same level as a Danny Garcia and Wheeler Useless.
Oh.
And he should not at all feel that level, period. The way you've booked him is fucking criminal. And him and the Bang Gang and him and the Bang Bang Gang feuding with the Dogs, please. Please. I'd rather do anything else than watch that shit.
It's atrocious.
And I don't know when Jay White's AEW contract is up. If I'm Jay White, I'm making the jump to WWE. Fuck it. He'd be a lot more important and relevant there than he would be in AEW. He's not doing anything in AEW. He's just wasting away there. It's as if Tony Khan doesn't know what to do with him. Like, Tony Khan's never going to push him as a serious act. He's not. Just look how they booked him on Wednesday. And he should have went over Moxley. Moxley going over gained nothing. Terrible.
Like, did Jon Moxley really need that win?
No. Like, would it have really hurt Tony in AEW if Moxley had lost and put Jay White over? Would it have really have hurt you, Tony? To just do the right thing and have Jay White go over?
No.
Nigel McGuinness in a Continental Cup. This was the quarterfinals, by the way. Another Continental Cup quarterfinal match. Nigel McGuinness beat the CMLL World Champion Hechicero. Again, why?
Another Don Callis family match.
And this CMLL World Champion lost clean, by the way, too. As another thing. Man, what a partnership with AEW and CMLL, bro, huh? I'll tell you what a partnership AEW has with CMLL. They have the CMLL World Champion on Dynamite lose clean to a commentator. Fucking ridiculous. What are we doing? Again, I have to ask why.
Because Tony Khan says, fuck. That's why.
Like, this is your CMLL World Champion. Why is he on Dynamite losing clean?
So they can have Nigel go to Wembley. Like, we like Nigel. Like, we're not. It's obviously not. He's not like the guy running the show.
Yeah, it's like we're not stupid.
Yeah, but it's like, why is he going over the CMLL World Champion?
Oh, they're gonna do Moxley and Nigel in the Continental Cup Finals because they're in Wembley. You know what that spells to me, bro? Lazy. Lazy.
Lazy book.
But they're in Wembley. Again, lazy. Lazy, 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 lazy booking. Like, what are we doing here?
God.
Seriously, what the fuck are we doing? Then we had a Willow Nightingale Mercedes Moné sit-down interview with Renee Paquette. And then the same thing with Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay. These two things are probably the only two good things of Dynamite on Wednesday. Seriously. And then we had the TBS title Fatal 4-Way match, bro. Listen to this. Chris Statlander versus Maya World versus Persephone versus Hikaru Shida.
What did you think? Take a guess. Who took the pinfall?
I don't think it was Hikaru Shida.
It wasn't Persephone.
It was Chris Statlander.
She was
Again,
rolled.
why?
She was rolled up by Maya World.
The fruit roll-up.
Yeah. I want you to think about this, by the way. I want you to think about this. Maya World defeated Chris Statlander via fruit roll-up pinfall. Not a finisher, not a wrestling move, nothing. Just rolled up.
Yeah. And poor Chris Statlander, man. What did they do to her, man? This one was the world champion. They take it off of her, have her drop it to Tekla. And now we have her losing clean in a TBS Fatal 4-Way match for the TBS Championship, losing clean to Maya World and eating the pinfall from Maya World. There's another one that needs to get the fuck out of AEW. It's Chris Statlander, man. Poor Chris Statlander. I feel bad for her.
What are they doing?
Like, imagine if you're Chris Statlander, then what do you think you feel?
I'd probably be unhappy.
Like, you're probably feeling miserable, and I just like, how do I get out of here? Like, I want out of here. Like, what I did nothing wrong. Like, what did I do wrong? Like, I did nothing wrong, and why am I doing here, wasting my time here? Like, Tony's not doing me any favors. Like, what? Like, why am I even here? Like, how do I get the hell out of this place? I feel so bad for her. Again, this one was the world champion. Now you have her to this.
She's losing to a roll-up.
And lost to a roll-up clean. It wasn't like a fuck finish. No, she lost clean. Clean as a whistle. And Tekla, I will die in this hill too. Tekla should have went into All In as world champion. She's not been seen since Redemption. Like, seriously, what are we doing?
Like, Tony's basically like he's throwing darts at the wall. See what sticks.
Yeah, it's like, oh, so what do we do for Dynamite tonight, Will and RJ? What do we do? Oh, it's a TBS title match. What match do we do? Fatal 4-Way. Which 3 people do we choose for a TBS title Fatal 4-Way match? Persephone, okay. Hikaru Shida, okay. Chris Statlander, okay. Let's do it. Why?
I don't get it.
Like, there's no story. Oh, but it's a good match. The match was good, though. It basically was it was a match thrown together.
Exactly.
Like, what? Like, could you find the story in this match, bro?
No. It's like, why is this on television and not at All In? That's what I would love to know.
Like, you could have saved this for All In. But no, let's throw it on Dynamite because we want to get... Oh, but you want wrestling. That's what needs to be done.
You are going into your biggest show of the year. That should be your priority.
And next week, by the way, is their go-home show. Look at this build so far to All In, bro. Like, is this build to All In so ice cold or what? Now, granted, I'm sure the pay-per-view will be great, but the build has been so fucking bad.
Literally.
Like, I don't know what we're doing here. Like, we have 9 matches announced on the show so far, right? We have, what, a Casino Gauntlet match that Andrade and MJF and Tommaso Ciampa are in. And speaking of MJF, why is he even in this men's Gauntlet Casino match when he should be in the world title match at All In? Why is MJF in this waste of time Casino Gauntlet for a future AEW title match? Why?
I don't understand.
We have a Continental Cup that nobody gives a fuck about. We have Divine Dominion and the Brawling Birds for the AEW World Tag Team titles. Who gives a shit? Kevin Knight and Darby on for the TNT title of Falls Count Anywhere match. Should be good, but they also ripped off the Jeff Hardy Pyro January 09 incident this past Wednesday in Dynamite. No, they didn't rip that off. Oh, yes, they did. Watch the show. Watch the show. Kyle Fletcher, Konosuke Takeshita, and Okada. Three-way match for the AEW International title. Why is this not Takeshita and Okada one-on-one?
I love to know.
We have Hangman Page and Bro Dito defending their trios titles against... They're defending the trios titles in a multi-trios match. I think Swerve's going to be on the show, and I think that's where the New Day shows up. But, like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, seriously, what the fuck are we doing? This is AEW's WrestleMania-like show of the year, and this is the build they're putting out? This is the effort they're putting in for their all-in build?
It's embarrassing.
Like, name me a worse build to all-in than this. I could probably think back to 3 years ago in 2023. Like, this is just bad.
At least 2023 had MJF and Adam Cole.
And not only them, CM Punk as well.
Yeah, it's Samoa Joe. At least they had that.
And now they don't have Punk anymore.
And MJF is in a fucking gauntlet match.
Yeah, and
For the second year in a row, mind you. For the second year in a row, by the way, he's in a gauntlet. Like, why is he the guy that's going into the show as the world champion?
Oh, but MJF and Ospreay, you can't do that. What do you mean you can't do that? There's a match in the story. It should have been Ospreay and MJF at All In, but we got Omega and Ospreay. Oh, but that's a good match, though. Yeah, good match, but there's no story. MJF in this battle royal, bro, is a waste of time, and it's especially a waste of MJF's time. Like, imagine being MJF and you're in this Casino Gauntlet battle royal. Like, you have Andrade, Ciampa, and MJF in this Casino Gauntlet. Like, they're in the ring with who? Who are they going to be in the ring with? The Not So Demand?
Oh my god.
Irrelevant people on the show that Tony Khan has not done justice for at all, that people that you don't give a fuck about, like the Not So Demand, the Swirl. Like, who are we going to have in this Casino Gauntlet battle royal? Who?
You're gonna have the Big Show. The Gauntlet.
Oh, but what about Ilja Dragunov in there? I could see that, but he's not going to win.
Yeah, he ain't winning it.
Even if he is there, and even if he is in that Casino Gauntlet, or Sheamus, even if they're in that, are they going to win?
No.
To me, this is predictable with MJF winning. Again, predictable.
Like, and who else is gonna win? Like, the only person who should win it is MJF, and even then, he shouldn't even be in the match in the first place.
This is like a waste of this match is just a waste of fucking time. I don't know why we're even doing the match to begin with.
Yeah.
This all-in build has been so piss poor, bro. Very piss poor. This is the WrestleMania of the esque show of the year. You would think they put in the best effort they would going into their biggest show of the year. And another thing, what is it? Their third straight time going to Wembley?
Yeah.
Like, where's the effort? Like, does AEW just not fucking care? Like, they're just limping going into All In. Oh, but the pay-per-view will be good, though.
You need a good build-up.
Yeah. And also, can I just say, maybe not go to Wembley this year for All In? Try another venue?
Yeah, that's exactly what they should have done.
Didn't you say this on the podcast a while back? That was another problem. Like, they've been to Wembley, 2023? They've been there 2024 for All In, by the way. This is their third time now. Last year they were in Dallas. It's their third time straight in Wembley.
Yeah.
I really think after this year, All In needs to stop being in Wembley for a while.
How about for good? Oh, why?
Like when you go to the same venue almost every year, that shit gets very boring very quick. But it's a great crowd. It was good in 2023 and 2024. That's a different story. 2023 was special. 2024, all right. 2026? Like, you couldn't have done this in another venue or stadium or city?
You couldn't have done it anywhere else?
Like, Ireland, you couldn't have done it, like, Dublin? If you wanted to do the UK so bad, you couldn't have done, like, Dublin, Ireland?
Exactly.
You couldn't have done, like, Mexico? Or you couldn't have done Australia? Or, I don't know, maybe Arthur Ashe, New York City? Which New York is a very passionate wrestling crowd?
Exactly.
You mean to tell me you couldn't have done that? Or hell, you could have done Los Angeles, maybe not SoFi Stadium, maybe like a SoFi Stadium, maybe Anaheim, California. If that a stadium there is still around. You mean to tell me you couldn't have done that? But no, let's do Wembley for a third straight time. Oh, but they're selling out better than SummerSlam. So you can't complain about All In. They're selling more and better tickets than SummerSlam did this year in Minneapolis. For both nights combined. SummerSlam had 30,000 plus tickets. All In is blowing that out of the fucking water.
The only reason they have more tickets sold at SummerSlam is because SummerSlam tickets were astronomically high.
And then the last minute right before SummerSlam started, they lowered the ticket prices.
Exactly.
And London, England is a bigger market also than Minneapolis. That's another big difference. Not just the ticket prices. Like, London is more of a wrestling crowd than Minneapolis is. I'll be real. But this all-in build is just so bad. Yeah, the pay-per-view, I'm sure will be a good show. Because Tony Khan, if there's one thing about Tony Khan, he knows how to put on a good pay-per-view. Like, he's Mr. Pay-per-view, we say, right?
Yeah.
Like, if anyone knows how to get a pay-per-view right every time, it's Tony Khan. Usually, for the most part. But this all-in build is just not good at all. And I don't expect anything next week for a go-home show. I don't. Like, do they have anything else for the go-home show next week?
I don't think so.
Yeah. But I don't know. But yeah, Dynamite was what Dynamite, and they had a 35-minute overrun, mind you. I want you to remember, 35-minute overrun this past Wednesday Dynamite. Last week was 20-minute overrun with Jack Perry and Jon Moxley. This week, Glad.
Yeah, this is a Dynamite main event in the build-up to All In, a Continental Cup match.
A tournament no one gives two shits about. Then you have a 35-minute overrun this week. As if the 20-minute overrun last week wasn't enough. We pretty much looked at almost a 3-hour Dynamite this past Wednesday. Almost 3 hours.
3 fucking hours.
Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what's next? A 40-minute overrun?
One surprise.
Or a 2-hour, 45-minute overrun, bro?
Or a 3-hour overrun.
Could you imagine Tony Khan doing 3 hours of Dynamite?
It would surprise. I don't put it past.
And I don't even want to think about Collision this Saturday. That looks like another waste of time. Ah, man. AEW, man. Oh, but AEW lately, they're doing more things right than wrong compared to WWE. WWE let Ilja Dragunov go. And they're doing more things wrong than right, it's WWE. While AEW is doing more things right than they are wrong as of late.
These people. What do I usually say? They defend every fucking thing this company does till their dying breath.
Yeah, like there are people that will defend this company till their dying breath. Like they're shills. They'll defend every fucking move this company does. But AEW's doing more things right than they are wrong. Really? Really?
Are you sure?
Look at this piss poor AEW all-in build. You mean to tell me AEW's doing more things right than they are wrong? Oh, but WWE let Ilja Dragunov go.
So AEW is doing something right. They're doing more right because one company lets one guy go.
I mean, outside of that, otherwise, WWE coming out of SummerSlam has done more things right than wrong. And I don't know what's happened, but coming out of SummerSlam, WWE on Raw and SmackDown, especially SmackDown, coming out of SummerSlam has actually been not bad at all. It's actually been good. And I don't know if that has to do with Randy Orton and especially Kevin Owens coming back, but I've noticed that as of late coming out of SummerSlam. Like, it feels like them hitting the reset button is WWE. And I feel like as of late, bro, coming out of SummerSlam, WWE has done more things right than wrong. Outside of the Ilja Dragunov, they didn't release him, his contract expired. That's a big difference. WWE coming out of SummerSlam has done more things right than wrong, where AEW, on the other hand, has done more things wrong than right. And I know I'm not the only one who feels that, and I've noticed that coming out of SummerSlam as of late. I'm sure you probably feel the same way.
Yeah, I can definitely.
Hello? I'm sorry?
I can definitely agree.
Yeah. But it's like AEW, man. It's like just a very, very piss poor build. Again, their pay-per-view will be good, I'm sure. But all the people are going to remember about is this build. They say perception is everything, right?
Yep.
Like, all people are going to remember about is this poor build to All In. Yeah, it'll be a good show, but you need a good build. If you don't have a good build, how are the fans supposed to give a shit about what you're producing and putting on? You can't. You can't. And Tony Khan should be ashamed of himself, by the way, for the piss poor build he's put on for All In. The WrestleMania show of the year, and this is the effort you're putting out? Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. That is episode 38 of the Forbidden Podcast, by the way. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Thank you guys for showing up here, and especially Scripps. I gotta bring this up before we get out of here. Where's that thing here? Where is it? Oh, Jacob Fatu is now more like the Teen Wolf. I gotta bring that up. Comment of the day, so just throw that out there. But hit that like on the video and subscribe to FioriousNation, especially if you've not done so already. Hit that bell for all notifications as well. Follow me on X FioriNick579, Adam Carl on X at Adam Carl 2005, TikTok FioriousNation, Nicholas Fury 31 over on Facebook, and Nicholas Fury 2014 on Instagram. Adam Carl, any other words before we get the hell out of here and get ready for SmackDown later tonight, where maybe we see a title change tonight with Kevin Owens? I mean, I'll believe it when I see it, but we'll see. But Adam Carl, other words before we get out of here?
It's been a pleasure being back.
Yes, and great to have you back, man.
And that's
it
all
wasn't the same. It was not the same without you.
Thanks for a good show.
Absolutely.
Hope to be back regularly from now on.
Yeah. Yeah. So but really, bro, really great to have you back again. Wasn't the same, and yeah, good laughs here. So it was good to have you back. Unforbidden Podcast where you belong. So thank you guys for showing up. Love every single one of you, and you guys are the best. Have a good rest of your Friday, guys. We'll see you next week, most likely Friday next week for episode 39 of Forbidden Podcast. Have a good rest of your Friday, guys. So nice weather. Hopefully it's not raining out. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. See you guys next week for episode 39. Peace.
down.